Picture this. You're serving on a massive ship in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by your fellow sailors. It's a tight-knit community where everyone works, sleeps, and eats in close proximity. But what happens when the lights go out? Can you let your guard down and be intimate with your partner on the same ship? The answer may surprise you, and we're going to explore it in depth today. Can U.S. Navy sailors be intimate aboard a nuclear aircraft carrier? We'll take a deep dive into the rules and regulations of the U.S. Navy and find out what happens when sailors cross the line. Let's start by setting the scene. Imagine you're serving on a massive ship in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by your fellow sailors. It's a tight-knit community where everyone works, sleeps, and eats in close proximity. But what happens when the lights go out? Can you let your guard down and be intimate with your partner on the same ship? The answer is not a straightforward one, and it varies depending on several factors. Firstly, the U.S. Navy has strict rules and regulations regarding sexual conduct aboard naval vessels. The Navy's fraternization policy prohibits romantic relationships between officers and enlisted personnel, as well as between members of the same chain of command. Violating these rules can result in severe consequences, including demotion, dishonorable discharge, and even imprisonment. However, the policy does not explicitly prohibit consensual relationships between sailors of equal rank who are not in the same chain of command. This means that if two sailors of the same rank and different chains of command are in a relationship, it may not necessarily be considered a violation of the fraternization policy. But even in this case, the Navy strongly discourages any kind of sexual conduct aboard a naval vessel. But why does the Navy have such strict rules and regulations regarding sexual conduct? Maintaining good order and discipline is crucial in any military environment, and the Navy is no exception. Relationships and sexual conduct can create distractions that can be detrimental to the overall mission and operations of a naval vessel. For instance, if two sailors are in a relationship and have a disagreement, this can cause tension and drama that can spread throughout the ship. In a high-stress and high-stakes environment like a nuclear aircraft carrier, where split-second decisions can mean the difference between life and death, distractions and disruptions in the chain of command can have serious consequences. Relationships can create a perceived or real conflict of interest, particularly when they involve sailors of different ranks or who are in the same chain of command. This can compromise the integrity of decision-making processes and lead to favoritism, bias, or unfair treatment. The Navy's fraternization policy is designed to prevent these issues from arising and to maintain a professional and disciplined environment aboard naval vessels. By prohibiting romantic relationships between officers and enlisted personnel, as well as between members of the same chain of command, the Navy can ensure that sailors are focused on their duties and responsibilities and not distracted by personal relationships. Navy ships are close quarters, and everyone knows everyone's business. This means that even if a relationship between two sailors of equal rank is not a violation of the fraternization policy, it can still cause tension and drama among the crew. So what happens when sailors do cross the line and engage in sexual conduct aboard a naval vessel? The consequences can be severe. In addition to violating the fraternization policy, sailors can also face charges of sexual harassment or assault. But what about the practical aspects of being intimate aboard a naval vessel? It's not exactly the most comfortable or romantic environment. Sailors sleep in cramped berthing areas with dozens of others, and privacy is virtually non-existent. Furthermore, noise is a constant factor aboard a naval vessel. The engines and machinery can be deafening, making it difficult to have a conversation, let alone be intimate. And let's not forget about the ship's movements. Being intimate on a ship that's constantly rocking and rolling is not exactly a recipe for a romantic evening. In summary, the answer to the question is, can U.S. Navy sailors be intimate aboard a nuclear aircraft carrier? Is a complicated one. While the Navy does not explicitly prohibit consensual relationships between sailors of equal rank who are not in the same chain of command, it strongly discourages any kind of sexual conduct aboard naval vessels. So sailors, if you're looking for love aboard a nuclear aircraft carrier, you may want to reconsider. It's a high-stress and high-stakes environment and relationships can cause tension and drama among the crew. Plus, being intimate on a rocking ship with little to no privacy is far from ideal. So, do you think that the Navy's fraternization policy is necessary? Or do you believe that sailors should be allowed to have relationships and be intimate while serving aboard a naval vessel? Let us know in the comments below.